Today we're going to be talking about the Pythagorean theorem and kind of doing an introduction to Pythagorean theorem and how it actually works. So go ahead and get out your calculator. You'll need that today, definitely for today. You'll need a piece of paper and to write down some notes, and then a pen or pencil. First of all, we need to understand some stuff about the Pythagorean theorem. First of all, the Pythagorean theorem, it always goes along with a right triangle. And then also we need to have some definitions that goes along with it. The right triangle, so here we have the square side, the 90 degrees, across from the 90 degrees, is going to be labeled as C and then also as the hypotenuse. So that's considered the one that's across from the 90 degrees. The other two sides are called legs. One is going to be labeled as B, and the other one is going to be labeled as A. And it doesn't matter which one is A and which one is B, as long as we have it itself. So to kind of go along with what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to learn something called the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem is what has to do with finding sides of a right triangle, especially if we have two of the three sides, we can go ahead and find the third. So the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This is what we're going to be going ahead and talking about today and finding a missing side. So as we have here, we're going to be solving for c. And we're going to round all of our answers to the nearest tenths. Remember, tenths is 1 decimal place. And we have our triangle that's here. So again, across from the 90 degrees is our C. One side is 5 and the other one is 12. And so what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to write down the Pythagorean theorem. So again, it is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, it does not matter which leg is A and which leg is B, as long as you have those. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 5 as one of my sides for the legs and 12 as one of the sides for legs. And again, we're looking for c squared. 5 squared is 25. 12 squared is 144. All right, let's go ahead and add 25 plus 144. 25 plus 144 is 169. So remember that we have as 169 equals c squared. We want to go ahead and get c by himself. So we have c. Do we have c by itself? No, we have c squared. So think, okay, what is the inverse, or what is the opposite operation that we can go ahead and do to get squared gone and c by itself? So let's think about it. Oh, well, if we go ahead and we take the square root, then the square root and the square are opposites of each other and they'll cancel each other out, but we have to do it to both sides. So square root and a square, they cancel each other out. We get c by himself. And then if we go ahead and do the square root of 169 in our calculator, we are going to get 13. So then c equals 13. So that length of that triangle, and if we have a unit, which is meters, so our answer is going to be 13 meters. So here are some examples where we're going to go ahead and solve for A and B. We're not going to solve for C. Last time we solved it for C. This time we're going to solve it for A and B. If we look at it as far as our first example, we have our 90 degree here. So across from the 90 degree, remember, is always our C. So let's go ahead and write down our equation. So we have A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And let's put in our C, and our C is 19 squared. 17, it doesn't matter if 17 goes into A or if it goes into B, just pick one. I'm going to put it into A because that's the first one I came to. And now we have 17 squared equals B squared. 17 squared plus B squared equals 19 squared. And we want to go ahead and solve for B squared. So first of all, let's go ahead and let's square our numbers. Let's find out what numbers those are. So let's put 17 squared in our calculator. 17 squared is 289 plus b squared stays the same. Let's put 19 squared in there. We have 361. So again, our ultimate goal is to be able to get b by himself, but we need to move and get things so that b squared is by itself. So who do we need to move? We need to move the 289. So the 289, is it a positive number or a negative number? Right now it's positive. So how do we move a positive number? We are going to subtract it or give it a negative to make a 0. And so we're going to subtract 289 from both sides. The positives and negative make a 0. They cross each other out. We're going to get b squared equals, let's do 361 minus 289 in our calculator. Press enter and we're going to get 72. So again, we have that b squared. We want b by itself. So I have a squared. So what is the opposite or the inverse operation of square? Oh, that's square root. And we need to go ahead and square root both sides, because the square and the square root cancel each other out. It's going to leave b by itself. So let's do square root of 72. Let's put it in our calculator. And we get this big long decimal here. And again, we want to go ahead and we want to round it to the nearest tenths. Tenths is 1 decimal place. So we want the 4. We have to look at the 8. So is 8 5 or above? Yes. Give the original a shove, and we're going to make it 8.5. So our answer, as far as b equaling, is going to be 8.5. So we're going to do the same thing on our next example. So again, across from our 90 degrees is always our c. So we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And our c is 20 squared. And we have 10. And I'm going to put it into b this time just to kind of show you it doesn't matter which letter we put in, or a or b. And then we need to go ahead and square our numbers. So we're going to have a squared plus 100. Put in 20 squared, which is 400. And again, we want to go ahead and get a squared by itself first. So we need to go ahead and move the 100. So 100, it is adding right now. What's opposite of addition? It's subtraction. So now we have a squared. Positive negative 100s make 0. 400 minus 100 is 300. So again, we have this a squared. We want to go ahead and get a by itself. So what's the inverse operation of a square? Well, that is square root. Squares and square roots, they cancel each other out. So we're going to have a equals, so let's do the square root of 300 in our calculator, and we're going to get this decimal. Again, we want 1 decimal place, so we want the 3 decimal place because it's the tenths. We're going to look at the 2. Is 2 5 or above? No. So we're going to leave it how it is and just round it to 17.3. So then a will equal 17.3. Here are some examples, practice problems for you to go ahead and do. Remember, you want to round it to the nearest tenths. Go ahead and pause this right now, work them out on your piece of paper, and then I'll give you the answers in a second. So here is our answer for number 1 and how to work it out. Here is our second one. Here is our third one. And here is our fourth one. And remember, round it to the nearest tenths, and we need to go ahead and round that. So hopefully you have understood how to use the Pythagorean theorem with only a right triangle. Again, it only works with a right triangle to go ahead and find the missing side.